Right now, I'm sitting on the floor in the office that is not ready for work yet. But before, I was working from home for years. In this video, I'll tell you why I decided to get an office, how much did it cost, and how difficult it was. If you see me for the first time, nice to meet you. My name is Alex, I make games and I teach you how to make them as well. Subscribe if you haven't, and let's begin. I've been working from home for 3 years now. At some point, I had an extra room in my apartment and I used it as an office. At another time in my life, I had such small place of living that I had to do sidewalk to get to the computer. And honestly, it never really mattered to me. I did not care much about the kind of space I had because the space you work in is just a tool. And all that matters is how hard you work. You can have the biggest and the best office in the world and still do nothing. Or you can have a room in your parents' house and become rich and successful like Asmongold. Anyway, I was really happy with what I had at all times, and it had benefits. While other people had to travel to work by bus or train, for me it was just few steps and I'm at work. I was never late and I could take a break at any time. I could wear any clothes I want, I could quickly go to the kitchen to grab coffee or water, I could spend time with my family, and I could quickly jump back to work if I need to do something. On paper, it all sounds perfect. But the reality, well, that's where things get interesting. While you're just starting out, you have an enormous drive to do what you do. In the first year, I couldn't wait to sit down and record another video. But now, it feels a lot more like work. And don't get me wrong here, I still love what I do, and I guess it's a great chance to say that I'm very grateful to you guys for giving me the opportunity to do this. Because, you know, if you don't watch the content, then all of this is for nothing. Let's get back to the topic. One of the main reasons I decided to try to get the office is because before I felt like I was working from home, but lately it felt like I'm living at work. Kidneys. And I still feel the spark, and when I go to sleep I cannot wait to wake up and continue the project, but that spark cannot last forever. And now it's a lot easier to get distracted. And what was a benefit before, now kinda stands in a way. Yes, same as before, I did not need to travel to work, but I could never leave the work as well. I was never late, but when the workspace is just here, you can take an extra 20 minutes with your coffee because the work will still be there after that. And as you understand, with that mindset, you cannot get lots of things done. And again, yes, I could take a break at any time, but those short breaks turned into 1-2 hours of chilling with Netflix. Yes, I did wear whatever I wanted, but let's be real. I wore the same t-shirt for weeks, allowed me to check how long one t-shirt can last. It's long, too long probably. And yes, it's all about self-discipline, I know, but I'm just a human after all, and of course I want to enjoy my life more than I want to work. I guess what I'm trying to say is that when you do something for a couple of years, it gets difficult to control things, including yourself. And some restraints might actually help. And there is something else, most important probably, because all the things above are not as bad as a burnout that I would get on a regular basis. As I said, I could never really leave work, not only physically, but in my mind as well. And I could not figure out work-life balance at all, and it all blended into one. While I was eating, my mind was busy fixing bugs. I'm in the shower and I'm thinking that I have a Q&A piled up, and I need to get back to the computer to answer questions of my students. I'm playing a video game and respawn timer was just a time for me to check emails. I couldn't even focus on the game and I basically could not relax at all. And it's like that every day. There is no day off because your workspace is just here. And obviously you want your business to... Business? Yeah. You want your business to thrive, and you cannot miss any chance to do something to make it better, and there is always something that you can do. So that's sort of the reasons why I do all of this, and I don't know if it will help. I hope it will. Now, let me tell you about the prices and what did I do to make it less expensive. I live in Vietnam at the moment, and renting a small studio apartment is much cheaper than renting an actual office. I spent about 2 days roaming around the city, checking out different rooms that would look okay and cost not that much. As you can see, this place is not in a perfect condition. There is no kitchen, it's a bit dirty, there are kids drawing and stickers everywhere. We have this mattress and we cannot get rid of it because it belongs to the owner. But I have a good feeling about this place and I'm pretty sure we can convert it into something nice. It's about 2 kilometers from my apartment, so moving things was not difficult at all. I packed everything in a day. It was a bit of a headache, but I did it. Yay! I just found a local expert in moving stuff. The cost was 150k Vietnamese dong, which is about $6. Plus, I'm renting a bike so I could move some things by myself. I had to pay not only for rent, but also for things that are not so exciting. That would be a mop, towels, cups, dish soap, water, you know, things that you cannot avoid. So on all of the necessary things, I spent maybe 3.5 million dong, which is about 140 USD. The rent itself is $5 million dong, which is around 200 USD. Plus, I expect electricity bills to be somewhat around $50. Yeah, electricity is expensive here, mostly because I'm a foreigner and foreigners have different prices on electricity, but it's okay. I think renting this place will tighten up my budget a little bit. I'll have to cut on snacks, but I hope more work will be done. If yes, then it's totally worth it. It's a bit of a gamble, but I would say it's a safe gamble. If anything, I'll just move back to the apartment and the only thing I'll lose is the money that was invested in this. Now, allow me to go off the script here. Obviously, I'm very excited about this. It feels like a level up. All of that thanks to you guys, Udemy students, Patreons, YouTube views, all of that contributed and made this possible. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna cry. I do that only when I watch Naruto. I'm planning to make an office tour video once I make things a bit more attractive. We still have to do lots of cleanup and buy a couple of things. Subscribe so you don't miss that office tour video. Check out my website if you want to learn how to make video games. And I want to say thanks to my students and Patreons and give special thanks to RetroBadGamer, Gianni Maroni and Dynast. I hope I'm spelling that right, guys.